What if everything you've been chasing wasn't what you were truly searching for? What if the finish line you've been sprinting toward only left you feeling emptier than before? Every day, millions of people wake up driven to achieve more, to climb higher, earn bigger, and prove themselves to the world. They believe that when they finally arrive at success, wealth, or recognition, then happiness will follow. But here's the silent truth. Achievement without fulfillment is a victory that feels hollow. You can win every award, own every luxury, and still feel a quiet ache inside. A whisper asking, is this all there is? Because fulfillment isn't a destination, it's an art. It's not found in what you get, but in how you live, love, and give. Yet most people spend their entire lives chasing shadows of happiness, mistaking pleasure for purpose and motion for meaning. They achieve success by the world's standards, but lose the connection to their own soul in the process. The world teaches us how to make a living, but rarely how to feel alive. We're surrounded by noise, the endless race for more, and in that noise we lose the quiet moments that make life beautiful, the laughter of loved ones, the pride of growth, the peace of gratitude, the joy of contribution. Those are the brushstrokes that paint a fulfilled life. So what if fulfillment was never about achieving more, but about experiencing more meaning, more connection, more depth? What if the true measure of success isn't how much you have, but how much you give, how deeply you grow, and how authentically you live? The art of fulfillment begins when you stop chasing and start feeling. ChatGPT said, in a world driven by constant pursuit, people are conditioned to believe that happiness lives on the other side of achievement. From a young age, we are taught to set goals, chase success, and measure our worth by how much we can accomplish. Society celebrates the achievers, the winners, the ones who seem to have it all together. Yet behind the smiles and accolades, many still feel a quiet emptiness, a sense that something essential is missing. The truth is, success can fill your bank account, but not necessarily your heart. It can open doors, but it cannot guarantee peace of mind. Fulfillment, on the other hand, is a deeper form of satisfaction, one that doesn't fade when the applause stops or when the spotlight moves away. It's not dependent on external rewards. It's born from alignment between what you do and who you are. It's about meaning, growth, and contribution, the invisible threads that give life its richness. Many people achieve success but feel unfulfilled because they've mastered the science of achievement but never learned the art of fulfillment. They know how to win but not how to feel whole. The challenge lies in understanding that fulfillment cannot be purchased, pursued, or pretended. It comes from connection to purpose, to people, and to something greater than yourself. It grows through gratitude, compassion, and contribution. It's found in the quiet satisfaction of knowing you are living in alignment with your deepest values, not just running after what society deems important. This shift in perspective transforms how we experience life. When we stop chasing happiness and begin cultivating fulfillment, everything changes. Work becomes meaningful instead of mechanical. Relationships become deeper instead of transactional. Life itself becomes richer, not because we've added more to it, but because we've finally learned to appreciate what's already there. Fulfillment is not about doing more, it's about being more, being present, being grateful, being intentional. It's about realizing that joy isn't something we earn after achieving enough. It's something we can feel right now in this very moment. The art of fulfillment is learning to live with purpose, to find beauty in simplicity, and to let your heart guide what your achievements alone cannot satisfy. ChatGPT said, the greatest challenge people face today is not the lack of success but the absence of fulfillment. We live in a time where ambition is celebrated, yet inner peace feels out of reach. People are constantly on the move, striving to achieve more, own more, and become more, believing that the next milestone will finally bring them happiness. But the finish line keeps shifting, and the satisfaction that was promised never truly arrives. This endless chase leaves many feeling drained, disconnected, and uncertain about what they are really living for. Modern society has conditioned us to equate success with fulfillment. We measure worth by titles, possessions, and status, not by peace of mind, growth, or purpose. The result is a world filled with high achievers who feel empty inside. They wake up each morning to meet expectations that are not their own, performing tasks that bring rewards but no meaning. They appear successful from the outside, but inside, they feel lost, trapped in a life that looks perfect yet feels incomplete. This is the silent crisis of fulfillment, the growing gap between what we have and how we feel. The problem is not that we dream too big, but that we dream without depth. We chase outcomes without understanding the emotions we truly seek. We tell ourselves that once we reach the top, happiness will follow,
but we rarely ask what truly matters to our hearts. In the process, we lose connection with our values, our passions, and even ourselves. The constant pursuit of achievement without fulfillment also creates emotional exhaustion. People burn out not because they're doing too much, but because what they're doing lacks purpose. The absence of meaning leads to stress, anxiety, and a lingering sense of dissatisfaction. We see it everywhere, in workplaces, relationships, and even personal goals. The external world may applaud, but the internal world remains silent. The real challenge is redefining what it means to live a fulfilled life. Until we understand that fulfillment is an inner state, not an external accomplishment, we'll continue to chase illusions of happiness. The solution lies not in achieving more, but in discovering what makes our hearts come alive and having the courage to live by it. Fulfillment begins when we pause long enough to question the path we're on. It asks us to look beyond the surface of success and examine what truly nourishes our spirit. The journey toward fulfillment is not about abandoning ambition, but about aligning it with purpose. It's about shifting from the endless pursuit of more to the deeper exploration of why. When our actions reflect our values, life starts to feel meaningful again. Achievement alone can excite us temporarily, but alignment sustains us. To cultivate fulfillment, we must first understand that it grows from three essential roots: gratitude, growth, and giving. Gratitude allows us to appreciate life as it is, not only as we wish it to be. It helps us see abundance where once we saw lack, turning ordinary moments into sources of joy. Growth challenges us to keep evolving, to step out of comfort zones, and to discover new depths of who we can become. Without growth, life feels stagnant, no matter how successful we appear. And giving, whether through kindness, love, time, or energy, connects us to something greater than ourselves. It reminds us that fulfillment flourishes when our lives positively impact others. The art of fulfillment requires conscious awareness. It's not about the external trophies, but the internal harmony between what we do and who we are. People often chase achievements that impress others, but fail to express their true selves. When we live disconnected from our inner truth, no level of success can fill the void. However, when we live in alignment, when our goals serve not only our needs but also our sense of purpose, every achievement feels whole. Fulfillment also invites us to slow down and feel life rather than just rush through it. It's found in the depth of a conversation, the satisfaction of progress, and the quiet pride of doing something meaningful. It's about being fully present in work, in relationships, in moments that matter. True fulfillment is not a reward for what we've achieved. It's the natural outcome of living authentically. When we embrace gratitude, seek growth, and give freely, we discover that fulfillment isn't something to chase, it's something to live every day. ChatGPT said, "There comes a defining moment in every person's life when they realize that success, no matter how great, cannot substitute for fulfillment. It's the quiet moment after the applause fades, after the goals have been reached, and after the long list of achievements has been checked off, when the question echoes in the heart, why do I still feel incomplete?" This realization can be both unsettling and liberating. It marks the turning point, where one begins to look inward, not for more achievements, but for meaning. The climax of the journey toward fulfillment often begins with discomfort, the realization that something deeper is missing. It's not failure that brings this awareness, but success without soul. The outer world may celebrate you, but inside, a quiet voice whispers that you were meant for more than just accumulation. This moment of clarity is powerful because it shifts the focus from what have I accomplished to who have I become. It's in this shift that transformation begins. When that awareness settles in, a sense of awakening takes place. The chase for validation loses its grip, and authenticity becomes the new pursuit. You start to see that fulfillment is not about the next milestone, but about the meaning you attach to each step. The power lies in realizing that joy has never been missing, it was simply buried beneath layers of expectation and comparison. The moment you reconnect with your values, your gratitude, and your purpose, life changes color. It feels fuller, deeper, and more real. In this pivotal moment, fulfillment stops being an abstract idea and becomes a living experience. You no longer measure success by external applause, but by internal peace. You begin to recognize that true achievement is not in what you possess, but in the impact you create and the love you share. This realization transforms not only how you live, but how you lead, love, and serve. It is the moment when everything aligns, your heart, your purpose, your actions, and for the first time you don't just exist, you live. That is the key moment, when fulfillment replaces achievement, and life finally feels whole. ChatGPT said, "Now is the time to redefine what truly matters. The chase for success, approval, and recognition will never end, but the search for fulfillment begins the moment you decide to live with purpose. You don't need to wait for perfect circumstances or another achievement to feel complete. You already have everything you need to create a meaningful life right now. Fulfillment starts with awareness, and awareness begins with a choice. The choice to live consciously, to appreciate deeply, and to contribute selflessly. Start by reconnecting with yourself. Ask, what truly makes me feel alive? Identify what brings you joy, what makes you proud, and what fills you with gratitude. Let those answers guide your days instead of external pressures. Take a step each morning toward what gives your life meaning, whether it's through growth, connection, or contribution. These simple, intentional acts become the foundation of lasting fulfillment. Choose gratitude every day. Take time to recognize the blessings that already surround you, the people you love, the opportunities you have, the lessons you've learned. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones and shifts your focus from what's missing to what's meaningful. When you operate from a grateful heart, life becomes richer without anything external having to change. Commit to growth, not just in skills or achievements, but in mindset, character, and spirit. Stretch beyond comfort zones. Seek experiences that challenge and expand you, and celebrate progress rather than perfection. Growth is what keeps the soul alive and ensures that each day adds something valuable to your journey. Finally, give. Share your time, energy, and compassion with others. Fulfillment multiplies when you use your life to uplift someone else. A small act of kindness can create ripples that reach far beyond your imagination. The more you give, the more connected and alive you feel. Your life is your masterpiece, and fulfillment is the art you create with every choice. So stop waiting for someday. Choose today. Live with meaning, love without limits, and grow without fear. The art of fulfillment isn't about changing everything around you, it's about changing the way you experience everything within you.